My name is Monique Snyman, and I'm an assistant editor for Booktrib.com. And I'm here today with author Ashby Jones, who's going to give us some insight into his latest book, The Little Bird. Ashby's book is one of the selections available in Booktrib's book club program for November. And I'm so excited that he was able to find a few minutes out of his busy schedule to talk to us today. Welcome.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
So let's get to it. No spoilers, but what can you share about your book that we wouldn't find on the jacket cover?
Well, the jacket cover, which I have a copy of the cover right here, the jacket cover is the core or the synthesis of the book. The book is based on two allegedly true stories that I've tried to find the truth in by wedding the two stories in fiction. And in that, we've got a young Black boy who was killed, beaten to death by a white cop in the state of Virginia when I lived there. Then we have that combined with a young woman that I used to know who allegedly, his father was an attorney, and he developed a very severe case of rheumatoid arthritis and shot himself. And she saved the gun. And on the 20th anniversary in the story, the 5th anniversary of his death, she killed herself. Now, the story doesn't end that way. It's not just a tragedy, but it is looking into the paradox of forgiveness to try and find how to merge those true stories in love. And the paradox of forgiveness comes early in the story at a party where the two characters meet. Shane, who was a good friend of the Black boy who was killed and who was on the mound that day pitching when he heard the noise and the boy was killed. The boy happened to be Shane, what Shane considered his brother, because with the death of his mother, the boy would come help him every day after school, and they were very, very close. So he was at the ball game when this happened. They met, he and Suzanne, and she, by the way, gave herself the name Suzanne when her real name was Jenny because of the resemblance of the sound of S's in the word suicide. So those two meet early in the story, and I'm not giving anything away here, but just to set it up. They meet at a party, a retirement party for their old English teacher, their old high school English teacher. They're both, of course, out of high school, out of college now. And they are talking with him, and his name is Medic, and he was in the Marines, and he helped clean out the concentration camps. And one day in class, he was asked if he could ever forgive the Nazis for what they did. And his response was, to forgive them would be to commit an even greater sin. And so that paradox in forgiveness is what haunts these characters throughout the book. And in their attempt to resolve it, there are many instances where they come together in situations that are loving, situations that are almost insane, situations in between that are quirky, and then the book moves on from there. So that essentially is the core of the book, is the young boy, and he affects both stories because the young girl's father is the man who prosecuted the white cop who killed the boy, and he lost the case. And after that, developed a very bad case of rheumatoid arthritis and killed himself. So those two stories are brought together in this whole idea on the paradox of forgiveness.
That's very intriguing, and very relevant today.
Oh.
So, why do you think The Little Bird would make a great book club selection?
Well, kind of ironically, you asked that question because I have a couple of friends who are head up book clubs out here, and they have read the draft of The Little Bird. And the questions and the conversation after that with these two people, the questions were outstanding. So I think for book clubs, this is a very controversial book, and there is a lot of conversation that will emerge in a book club in going with these two stories. Now, to demonstrate that, ironically, to help solve this case, a young journalist in Virginia got wind of this book, contacted me, and she delved into the murder. And together, we worked on a solution. And that came out last December. After years and years, we think we found the truth in the story. So I think that is a almost an origin for conversation, interest, and uniqueness. So, and with those characteristics, I do feel it would inspire conversation and interest and a lot of questions.
That's fantastic. Like I said, I already want to read it. Uh, what's the best book, fiction or non-fiction, you've read in the last year, and why?
I've read a few books in the last year, but the one that has interested me the most, and there's a lot of irony in this, is In the Midst of Winter by Isabel Allende. Now, I love her use of magical realism, which she got from Gabriel Marquez, who wrote maybe the best book I've ever read, which is 100 Years of Solitude. So I delved into this book. I read it after The Little Bird was scheduled for publication, and I was amazed at the way Isabel progressed her story and the way The Little Bird progressed. I was almost shocked at that, and I was delighted and just thrilled that the strange, surrealistic approach was, in both cases, the solution to the novel.
I love Isabel Allende. I'd love to talk to you more about your book, and about books in general, but I promised readers 5 minutes, so we'll have to wrap this up so they can go read yours.
Oh.
Thank you so much for spending some time with us.
It's been my pleasure.
For more information about Ashby's book, please check out the book club page on the booktrib.com website. Until next time, bye.